I remember I was gonna make a series about this. When did I make this first episode again? Yeah, I should probably make more episodes about this. So if you played Pokken for a while, you might have come across this Robin Hood looking character. Well, let me tell you, the Decidueye is by far one of the coolest looking characters in Pokken Tournament DX. Before we get into what this feathery boy can do, let's talk about its origins. Decidueye is a grass and ghost type Pokemon. He had his first appearance on Pokemon Sun and Moon, where its first evolution, Rowlet, was one of the 3 Alolan starters. Decidueye also has a unique move called Spirit Shackle, which if used, will not allow your opponent's Pokemon to switch out. Trust me, this info is useful for later. Now let's swoop in and see what Decidueye can do in Pokken Tournament DX. And for that, we have the aid of one of the best owl players, Lazarus Munster.
Hey guys, I'm Munster, and I play a lot of Decidueye. He's my main, and while I often play other characters like Mewtwo, Pikachu Libre from time to time, Decidueye will always be my true go-to character for most situations in and out of tournament on Pokken Tournament DX.
Awesome. So let's talk about some of Decidueye's basics, starting with Field Phase.
So, with Field Phase being one of the most important aspects of Pokken Tournament DX, as it usually decides initial momentum in the battle, Decidueye is extremely strong in capitalizing on field priority. With strong projectiles and pokes, such as Spirit Shackle, that often result in a dual phase conversion with debuffs to prevent support calls, Decidueye is also equipped with strong sets of aerial cross-up tools with Soaring Stance, his main mix-up quirk, as well as an extremely strong homing attack that, well, also cancels into Soaring Stance.
I see. So what are Decidueye's tools in the dual phase then?
Duel phase is where the game actually gets really interesting. This is the phase where you can really tell which kind of Decidueye player you're dealing with. Some Owl players prefer to mix up really close with fast multi-hit tools like 5YY, and then mix up aerial grabs with acrobatics, while other players tend to coast back with projectiles, keeping their opponents out. However, I've seen that the most effective players have been ones who use a specific mix of both, using tools like Spirit Shackle to combat opponents' projectiles, and using his different variant JY attacks to keep opponents on their toes is one of the main reasons that players seem to have a lot of trouble keeping up against him. His mix-ups are strong, and his potential with all the tools players are given, from 4Y to bringing opponents closer, and JY to adding more pressure, and from his extremely fast forward dashes and low pokes and grabs that force mix-ups, his dual phase options open a whole new toolbox of creativity for players. Oh, and don't forget about the CA. It's a really good CA.
So, as Decidueye, all you need to do is poke, throw projectiles, and sometimes do mix-ups, right?
Not entirely. The biggest thing that I found Decidueye really excels at is feeling opponents out, finding their weaknesses, and figuring out habits. Playing careful with Decidueye is one part of the battle, but using his entire mix-up tool really creates scary mix-up situations for opponents, and it's also a huge part of how the character plays. He really depends on your opponent and what Pokemon they're using.
Got it. If you can, Munster, can you reveal some bread and butter combos or techs for Decidueye? For anybody who's trying to pick up this character.
From what I've seen, one of Decidueye's biggest and excelling and most damaging combos come from wall splat situations. This has happened because of a launcher with 5XX or Soaring Stance JYY. In situations like this, many Owls prefer to do one hit of the 6XX, but only have the second X hit, and then splat higher with 7 or 8A. After this, most players optimize these combos with soft bounces, 8Y, and other tools, and this maximizes their damage, some damage getting well up to over 240 damage or higher.
Now that's a lot of damage. Decidueye looks like a really strong character. Does he even have any weaknesses?
Well, the biggest weakness I've really seen with this character is his average health pool. It's extremely average, and he also has low short combo damage. The only way his character is going to be super effective is going through strong mix-ups and creative combos, but other than that, he's got extremely fast frame data, scary mix-ups, and extremely polarizing projectiles. My advice to newer players trying to figure out this character, I would first start with learning all his tools and then move from there. After figuring out his tools, take a look at all his cancels and try to get them down. And after that, I'd start looking at guides with basic combos and then just try to move at your own pace, try things out, and see what works for you. The character has a lot of potential for creativity, but it's always good to still know the basics first.
Awesome. Decidueye looks like a fun character to play. One last question though. Where can we find more Owl content to learn more and improve?
Well, if you ever want to find more information on how to play Bird, you can always ask me, Slip, Balamar, Niet, and other players in the Decidueye Discord or in the Pokken main community Discord. I'm always available on Twitter for questions too, so you can always find information by just sending me a DM.
There you have it, Pokken trainers. If you want to play a character with polarizing mix-ups and stupid good frame data, then Decidueye might be the right character for you. Thank you for coming, Munster.
Well, thank you for having me, Combo.
And thank you for watching this video. Thank you guys for watching my content. It means a lot to me when people are excited about the things I make. I know I'm not the best with consistency, but I promise to try and get more good content whenever I can. If you've ever wanted to see me play Pokken Tournament, I do have a Twitch, so you should definitely follow that. Not only I play Pokken, but I also play other fighting games and other games as well. And if you like the content, then don't forget to subscribe. Really helps the channel out.